I've got something super exciting for you today on Simple Fitness Podcast. Smart insights, simpler solutions. I'm Sarah, and I'm thrilled to be joined by someone who's absolutely incredible at transforming bodies, especially when it comes to quick results.
Thanks for having me here, Sarah. Really excited to share some game-changing insights today.
So, Daniel here is actually a nutritionist who works with actors, helping them transform for roles, which is, super fascinating. He's got a master's in nutrition and dietetics, and get this, he's actually a specialist in intermittent fasting for quick weight loss.
That's right. And what I love about my work is seeing real, measurable results in incredibly short time frames. Like we're talking actual, visible changes in just a week.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to break down guaranteed weight loss in 1 week. And I mean guaranteed, like actually guaranteed, right, Daniel?
Absolutely. Based on current 2025 research and my experience with countless clients, the methods we're about to share, they just work every single time.
I can't wait to get into this. We've got 5 really practical steps that our listeners can start using literally today. So, Daniel, let's jump right into step 1, which is, honestly, this is fascinating to me. It's all about when we eat, right?
Exactly. You know what's really interesting? Most people are eating for about 70% of their day and only fasting for like 30%. And that's basically just when they're sleeping.
Oh, wow. I've never thought about it that way. That's actually kind of eye-opening.
Right? And here's the thing. Based on the latest 2025 metabolic research, we want to actually flip those numbers. We're looking at creating what's called a time-restricted feeding window.
Can you break that down for us? Like, what does that actually mean in practice?
It's really simple. Instead of eating from the moment you wake up, you're going to choose a specific window for all your meals. Like, you could eat between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., or 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., or my personal favorite, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And that's really going to make a difference?
Absolutely. The 2025 MIT Health Report shows that just this one change can lead to significant weight loss. You see, when you restrict your eating window, your body naturally starts using stored fat for energy during those fasting periods.
What about coffee or tea during the fasting window?
You can totally have them. Just keep them sugar-free. The key is maintaining that fasting state where your body's actively burning fats. Studies show that after about 12 hours of fasting, your body really kicks into high gear with fat burning.
I notice you mentioned 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. as your favorite window. Is there, like, a specific reason for that?
Actually, yes. It really aligns with our natural hormonal cycles. Most people naturally aren't that hungry in the morning, but get hungrier in the evening. It's all about working with your body's natural rhythms, you know what I mean?
So let's dive into step 2 because I think this is where a lot of people struggle. We're talking about controlling carbs, right?
Yes, and let me tell you, this is absolutely crucial. According to recent 2025 research, it's not just about how much carbs you eat, but more importantly, where those carbs are coming from.
Can you give us some specifics on that?
So, here's the thing. Natural carbs, like the ones you find in vegetables, they come packaged with fiber. Think sweet potatoes with the skin on, or, whole vegetables. The fiber actually helps slow down how quickly these carbs hit your system.
Oh, that's really interesting. What about the not-so-good sources?
Well, processed carbs are the real troublemakers. I'm talking about things like white bread, pastries, cookies. And here's what most people don't realize. There are tons of hidden carbs in places you wouldn't expect.
Like where?
Okay, so think about your everyday condiments. Ketchup, barbecue sauce, even those supposedly healthy salad dressings. And don't even get me started on beverages. The 2025 Nutrition Database shows that the average smoothie contains as much sugar as 3 donuts.
That's actually kind of scary.
Right? And based on my work with actors, I've found that just switching to natural carb sources can lead to dramatic results in just days. Look, instead of that morning bagel, try having some roasted sweet potato with your lunch. Instead of rice, load up on leafy greens.
And you've seen this work with your clients?
Absolutely. The transformation is, well, it's remarkable. And you know what's really cool? TikTok's 2024 Fitness Trends Survey showed that people who switched to natural carbs reported feeling more energetic and less hungry throughout the day.
Now, Daniel, let's talk about step 3, which is all about protein. I feel like this is something that's often overlooked in weight loss plans.
Oh my goodness, yes. And you know what's fascinating? The 2025 International Nutrition Journal actually found that about 80% of people trying to lose weight don't get nearly enough protein. It's the forgotten superhero of weight loss.
Why is it so important specifically during our eating windows?
So here's the thing. When you're in your eating window, protein should be your absolute first priority. Like imagine you're sitting down for your first meal at noon. Your immediate thought should be, where's my protein?
And what happens if we don't prioritize it?
2025 studies link low protein intake to overeating. Its high satiety keeps you full longer, and digesting protein burns more calories than carbs or fats.
Oh, what are some good protein sources you recommend to your clients?
Look, there are so many great options. You've got your lean meats, fish, eggs are absolutely fantastic. And for plant-based folks, things like lentils and quinoa, the key is, you want to aim for about 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal.
That sounds like quite a bit.
Well, think about it this way. That's basically a palm-sized piece of chicken or fish or about 4 eggs. And based on my experience working with actors, when they nail their protein intake, the weight loss results are just, they're remarkable.
Okay, so drop a comment if you've tried prioritizing protein. But, any tips for people who struggle to eat enough protein?
Absolutely. Start with protein shakes if you need to. Just make sure they're clean without added sugars. And, you know what works really well? Planning your meals around the protein first, then adding everything else. Like, decide on your chicken or fish first, then build your plate around that.
So Daniel, let's talk about step 4, healthy fats. I know a lot of people get nervous when we mention fats for weight loss. What's the real deal here?
This is such a crucial point. You know, I've worked with so many actors who come to me thinking all fats are bad, but that's not the case at all. The key is understanding which fats actually support weight loss.
So what kinds of fats should we be looking for?
Well, here's what's fascinating. The best fats actually come packaged with protein sources naturally. Like, when you're eating salmon, you're getting amazing omega-3s. Or when you're having eggs, that yolk is packed with nutrients. And get this, according to 2025 research from Stanford, these natural fat sources can actually accelerate weight loss by 27%.
What about things like cooking oils?
So, this is really interesting. The 2025 Global Nutrition Report shows that extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil are top choices. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. We need to be super careful with processed oils, like vegetable oils that go through intense processing at high temperatures. They can actually work against our weight loss goals.
Oh wow, what other healthy fat sources should we include?
You're gonna love this. Avocados are absolutely incredible. They're like nature's perfect fat source. Also, things like raw nuts, especially almonds, macadamia nuts. But here's a pro tip I give my clients. Keep portions in check. Even with good fats, we want to be strategic. Like, quarter of an avocado, small handful of nuts.
What about common mistakes people make with fats?
Oh man. The biggest one I see is people going overboard with added fats. Like, they'll take a perfectly healthy protein source and then drown it in processed oils or heavy dressings. Instead, focus on the natural fats that come with whole foods. A 2025 MIT Health report actually shows that this approach leads to better sustained weight loss.
All right, Daniel, we're at the final step, step 5, and I'm super curious about this one because it's all about exercise timing, right?
Oh yes, and this is actually one of my favorite strategies that I use with my actor clients. It's all about exercising before breaking your fast, and the results are incredible.
But isn't working out while fasting kind of scary? Like, won't people feel weak?
So here's what's fascinating. According to 2025 research from the Sports Medicine Institute, when you exercise in a fasted state, your body becomes this incredible fat-burning machine. You see, after 12 hours of fasting, your body's already using fat for energy. And when you add exercise, it's like throwing gasoline on that metabolic fire.
Oh, wow. But what kind of exercise are we talking about here?
This is really important. I actually recommend weight training over cardio. And there's a specific reason for this. The 2025 Metabolic Research Center found that resistance training during fasting increases fat oxidation by up to 35%. Plus, you really don't want to be doing intense cardio when fasted. That can be pretty exhausting.
So, like, how long should people exercise for?
Here's what works best. Just 20 to 30 minutes of focused weight training. Think compound movements like squats, push-ups, rows. The key is to keep it moderate but effective. And timing-wise, aim for about an hour before your eating window opens.
Any tips for people just starting out with this approach?
Absolutely. Start small. Maybe just 10 to 15 minutes at first, and always listen to your body. Trust me, once you get used to it, you'll actually feel more energized working out fasted. It's like your body just knows exactly what fuel source to tap into.
Wow, Daniel, we've covered so much ground today, and I'm honestly amazed at how simple yet effective these steps are. Let's do a quick rundown of the key takeaways for our listeners.
Yes, absolutely. Let me break it down. The beautiful thing is, each step is powerful on its own. Step 1, flip eating window. It's the foundation, right? Just switching to a 30% eating, 70% fasting schedule can create amazing results.
And then there was that eye-opening information about carbs in step 2.
Oh yes. Step 2, focus on fiber-rich carbs. Sweet potatoes with the skin or whole vegetables. Step 3, prioritize protein. Fish, eggs, lentils, and quinoa. Step 4, choose healthy fats. Salmon, eggs, yolk, extra virgin olive oil, and coconut oil. Step 5, add pre-meal exercise.
And the best part is, you don't have to do all 5 steps at once, right?
Exactly. Based on our 2025 clinical trials, even implementing just 1 or 2 steps can lead to significant results within that first week. It's totally customizable to your lifestyle.
So before we wrap up, this has been absolutely incredible. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more simple fitness podcast episodes.
And please, share your journey with us. Drop a comment about which steps you're trying, or your success stories. Your experience might just inspire someone else to start their transformation.
That's right. And remember everyone, smart insights, simpler solutions. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.